So yes, Roger, I did think that the opportunity would present itself to say a few words about our movement, which I'm now going to expand on for about 5 minutes. Um, and again, I would reiterate the respect and absolute priority that our good colleagues, mainly the women in the movement, who are standing up and articulating support for Gaza and Palestine, and particularly those two campaigns, the Plant the Land Gaza campaign, which is fundraising right now, and also the Vegans in Gaza, Vegan for Gaza. I believe that 2024 could be a watershed year for the vegan movement. I think we stand on the cusp of a real big breakthrough potentially. And there's a couple of words, when I was thinking about this, in particular in relation to Benjamin, who, of course, was such a fabulous wordsmith, I've got a feeling somehow he would approve of these three words that I've chosen to focus on. And one of them is communication. I think we know how important communication is. 2024 presents us a chance to really get on the same page as a movement. There's going to be some opportunities coming up to really look at the language we're using as activists, the narratives that we're presenting, how we do our messaging, our claims making, how we treat other activists. The importance of language and good communication is absolutely fundamental if our movement is to mature and evolve and really stand up and represent our twin goals of shifting to a plant-based food system in the next few years and achieving animal liberation within our lifetimes. The essence of good communication is just so important. And we need to not only look at how we're framing and advocating for animals very closely and try and get more consistency and clarity, better communications to the non-vegan world. But we also need to treat ourselves and each other better. And we have to put an end to this condescending, disparaging, communications between people who don't agree with each other. If you don't agree, you can have constructive criticism, you can come to some conclusions, but you cannot then trash each other. And I would ask all of our colleagues, especially the elders, to mind their language, watch how they engage with the younger up-and-coming activists, show some support and solidarity for fresh initiatives that you may not quite understand, and pay attention to how these areas are changing and growing and evolving. So the essence of good communication is essential. And the second word that I want to focus on, therefore, is unity. And we have seen more moves towards vegan unity within our movement in 2023 than ever before. We know the groups are collaborating more than ever before. We are seeing collaborations all over the world really blossoming. We are seeing a movement at last begin to grow up and fulfill an adult role, get past our rather petulant sort of teenage hissy fits and such like, and become a really strong, clear mass movement. That's really, really important. And I see 2024 showing up some really good opportunities to really build on those collaborations that we've been seeing taking place this year especially. And so that is the two words that I would choose to really focus on. But interestingly, when you put those two words together, that's when you get the solution, in my opinion, to the problems that we're facing. And that is the community. Communication and unity becomes our community. And if we can put together our communities and really blossom and grow and develop our existing communities, I believe that's the route map through to a very powerful mass movement that really speaks with authority at a time when the world is ready to listen. And we've seen COP28 put food on the agenda for the first time. It's up to us as advocates to push that door wide open. And so when I refer to communities, then what I mean is, let's look at the communities we've already got. We've got one here. The Animal Rights Show is a little community. Shibari, Your World Vegan Market, is a little community. We have people like plant-based health professionals, which is one of the most incredible communities that has grown up in the last 5 years, and it's just going from strength to strength. If you read the report, you can see. And then things like Vegan Business Tribe, there's a really strong community sense. There's some fabulous campaign groups, groups like We the Free have really fostered a real community sense. Some of the regional groups, the Northeast Animal Rights Group is just such an inclusive and driving force. And if you are lucky enough to be a part of a vegan community within the community, my solution is, let's optimize that. Let's be really proud of our communities. Let's take a leaf out of Benjamin Zephaniah. Really support wholeheartedly our communities, not just, whatever the word, faff around the edges. So get right in. Let's drive our communities to become bigger, stronger, more effective, more inclusive. And it really is my belief that in the next 12 months, we can see our vegan, animal rights, plant-based communities really step up to the mark and fulfill the role that evolution has earmarked for this movement. And on that note, I would invite all of you to really get behind your communities that you're already part of and really, really push from the inside out and make those communities come alive. And my belief is that if we get really strong communities really growing again, the whole movement will grow. We'll come back from pre-COVID days where we had a real growth and we can really achieve. So there you go. That's my little alternative, whatever the fellow's name is. Good luck to him. But, we've got a timetable. We've got an agenda. We have to get on that. And there is not a lot of time to waste. And we know that. And we have to make those strides. So communication, unity, community. Way to go.